Hi, I'm Rubi Ho, an enterprise executive coach and organizational leadership coach and consultant. The topic for today is around unemployment. Are you currently unemployed? How do you get back on your feet again? Here's 8 things to focus on right now. As of this recording, there are over 700,000 unemployed people in the United States. And that doesn't count those individuals who haven't filed for unemployment or bothered to be counted. Regardless, if you are one of those who are unemployed right now, times can feel desperate, anxious, and overly stressful. Until you get back on your feet again, here's 8 things you can do right now to keep things moving and hope alive. Said differently, finding your new job is your full-time job right now while you are unemployed. Number 1, set your strategy and game plan. I know you might want to just dive in and be in attack mode right away because of the anxiety you might be experiencing. But before you do that, please consider pulling together your strategy and game plan first. Are you sure you want to get in the same line of business again? Role or title? Do you care where your next role is going to be located? What does your family want you to do? Even if it's just for a day or a week or maybe a little bit longer, get a clear game plan together so you aren't just throwing darts. Number 2, take a financial inventory of your situation. Just like businesses shut down when they run out of cash, so will your household if you do the same. You must get a firm handle on how much time you have to play with in terms of getting employed again. Is it 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, maybe more? Less? What can you do to budget and stretch your search time out so you can have as much time as possible to find your next role? Number 3, get the word out that you're looking. Mainstream media has made it almost a cardinal sin to tell the world you need help and you're looking. Hear this loud and clear. There is no shame in asking for help. There's actually shame in avoiding it. What are you doing to let the world know, your network, that you are unemployed and that you are looking for employment? I'm sorry, but just sending out a resume to recruiters or simply applying to each and every open position is kind of like having you stand out in a Waldo book. It's very hard to do. Number 4, think about networking and word of mouth over mass application submission as your approach. Having been a consultant now for over 11 years, I can tell you without a doubt that over 99% of my new business comes from word of mouth. Right, wrong, or indifferent, getting hired by someone who knows you is 10 times easier than getting hired by a stranger. It's based on trust and credibility and the experience you built over the years. Otherwise, when you apply for a job in a space where no one knows you, they can't speak for you. It's your resume versus someone else's. Number 5, lead generation and recruiting next. Once you've tapped out in the networking and word of mouth space, then reach out to lead generation and recruiting folks. Be clear on your employment goals, inclusive of pay, benefits, role, etc. Make it easy for them, not confusing them, so that it's clear and they can speak for you. Number 6, be able to clearly communicate what type of company problems you help solve. Ultimately, companies are looking for someone to solve a problem that they currently have. The greater the problem, the greater the sense of urgency to fulfill the role. Do they have an accounting problem, tech problem, recruiting problem, strategic problem? Make sure you are clear in communicating what problems you specialize in helping to solve. Number 7, be willing to accept less initially and build yourself back up again. This is probably the toughest strategy to adhere to, especially if you've become accustomed to a certain type of lifestyle or level of influence or title. But the reality is, you might have to take one step backwards, even demote yourself temporarily so you can get in the door of a new company. Temporary setbacks happen to the best of us. But don't let your ego stop you, however, for taking an opportunity that might not initially seem perfect from the get-go, but at the very least, it gets you in the door. Number 8, find time daily to pause, breathe, reflect, regain perspective, and be present for your family. Another one that's not easy to do, especially when you are looking for work and feel very anxious. But that makes it even more important for you to pause, breathe, reflect, pray, and keep perspective. With the time that you aren't looking for work in the day, be present for you, yourself, for your family, maybe even for your community. Believe, because you are taking the right steps, that something will eventually come through. In the meantime, don't lose sight of your support network and spend quality time with your people. You might be back in the thick of things before you know it. And that opportunity to be present with your people around the household will be gone in the blink of an eye. Want to learn more about how to thrive in any situation? Make sure you get my book, The Thrival Guide to Work and Life, available on Amazon or Lulu. And please share this video with others if you found it valuable. And don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel.